Hello everyone. We're going to take a look at the first 30 issues of Warren Publishing's Vampirella title, started in 1969. That's the first issue there. Classic cover by Frank Frazetta. Interior art, Tom Sutton, Billy Graham, Reed Crandall, Neil Adams, Mike Royer, Tony Tallarico, and Ernie Cohen. I'm going to tell you what I know about the market on this. This book has become very expensive. It's kind of hard to get a hold of any copy. Even beaters seem to sell for $400 or $500, and if the ones in the very good range probably around $800 to $1,000. The fine ones maybe in the $1,200 to $1,500 range. In very fine, anywhere from like $2,000 to $3,000, and really high grade ones are way up in the thousands. I mean, it can get crazy. This copy is fine, and as you can see, it's got a little crease there. That's not a tear or anything. That's just a little crease where the book was bent years ago. But other than that, it's a nice copy. I mean, it's not warped or anything. I'm really glad to have it. And, especially as expensive as these things have gotten. Now, there are two alternatives to this. There were two reprints of this issue. In 2001, Harris did a reprint. And you can tell the difference right off because the Harris reprint, instead of 50 cents for the cover price, it has $4.95. And even those tend to sell for seemingly 30 to 50 bucks, and the majority of them that you find are in high grade because collectors bought them and put them away and kept them in high grade. So, if you found low grade copies, unless you can get them real cheap, I just look for a high grade copy because they're very plentiful. Also, there's a more recent reprint in 2019 I think by Dynamite. And it has like a $6.99 cover price. And even those are kind of pricey for what it is. I mean, it's like $15, $20, $25 a piece. And likewise, the majority of those are in high grade. So those are affordable alternatives if you want an example of this issue in your collection, unless you really want to spend a lot of money on an original. I got really lucky in that I finished my Monster magazine runs for the most part back in the early 2000s. And at a convention in Atlanta, Georgia, I picked up this Vampirella #1, a Famous Monsters of Filmland #1, and very good, and a couple of other monster magazines in pretty high grade. One, I think, a World Famous Creatures #4, and a Famous Monsters #25 in very fine, both of those. And I bought all of those for $750. The prices the dealer had on them totaled to, I think it was around $900, and he knocked off, for the package deal. So actually, I ended up giving about $150, I figure, for this Vampirella #1. And even he said at the time that he's just that deal was just a wash for him. He wasn't making anything on it. Basically, he just sold the other books and moved product. But anyway, it's a great book, and it's probably, well, I know it's one of the most expensive Warrens. I mean, the Erie #1 Ash Can sells for more. But this thing is right up there as far as the most expensive Warrens and hardest. It's not really hard to get. It's just high. You can check eBay anytime, and there are a bunch of them listed, but they're all high. I guess demand scarce is a better term for it because they get bought up pretty quick, but then they come up for sale pretty quick. Moving on, here's #2. This cover is by Bill Hughes, and interior art, Tom Sutton, Jerry Grandinetti. I'm not going to read off all the artists, but I'll mention the main ones, or the ones that stuck out to me when I did the research. This is number 3. This one is a little more scarce than the issues around it, and it's kind of hard to find in high grade with that white cover. I spent quite a bit for this issue, and it's in the very fine range. As you can tell, it's got a stress mark there that breaks color, and a couple more, a little bit of wear on the spine, but it's pretty nice. It's really hard to find these number 3s in high grade, and when you do, they're really expensive. But this one, cover here is by Larry Todd and Vaughn Baudet. Interior art, Tom Sutton, Jack Sparling, among others. Here's number 4. And this is a beautiful cover by Jeff Jones and Vaughn Baudet. And again, interior artwork by Tom Sutton and Jack Sparling. Number 5, great Frazetta cover. Interior art, Sutton and Jeff Jones. And all of these early issues are expensive, but nothing like that number 1. You can get nice examples of these early issues probably for 80 or 100 bucks, you know, in the very fine range. And if you're willing to settle for lower grade copies, or you know, like lower mid grade, like very good, you can probably score them for $20 or $30 a piece. This number 6, this cover is by Ken Kelly, and this is actually his first cover, the first cover he ever did. He's noteworthy because he was kind of an apprentice to Frank Frazetta, and Frank Frazetta actually touched up the woman's face on this for Ken back in the day. Interior art, Dan Adkins, Tom Sutton, among others. Here's number 7. It's another great Frazetta cover. Interiors, Sutton, Billy Graham, Ernie Colon, and others. Earlier I said that Ernie Colon's last name was Colon, but I think he pronounces it Colon. This number 8, cover by Ken Kelly. Interior, Sutton, Ken Barr. Number 9. This cover is by Boris Vallejo. Of course, the painting on the inset there is Vallejo. And the line art on the outside there is by Wally Wood. And the interior art by Barry Smith, Jeff Jones, Frank Frazetta, Tom Sutton, and Wally Wood, among others. So that's a heck of a lineup in that one. Here is number 10. This cover is by Bill Hughes. Interiors, Frank Frazetta, Tom Sutton, Ralph Reese, Wally Wood, Frank Bruner, Neil Adams. Wow, that's a pretty impressive lineup there too. Here's number 11. This cover is by Frank Frazetta. And interiors, Tom Sutton, Dave Cockrum, San-Ho Kim. Number 12. Cover by Manuel San Julian. Interiors, Bruner, Wood, Adams, Jose Gonzalez, Jeff Jones. Spectacular covers on these books. Absolutely spectacular. I mean, fine art, piece after fine art. It's just awesome. This cover of number 13 is by San Julian. The interiors by Jose Gonzalez, Jose Bia, Bill Dubay, among others. Number 14, another San Julian cover. It's beautiful. Interiors, Tom Sutton, Mike Plug, Esteban Maroto, Gonzalez, Sam Glanzman. Number 15, cover by San Julian. Interior art, Richard Corbin, Jose Gonzalez, Luis Garcia, among others. Number 16, Great Vampire. San Julian did that cover. Interiors, Aurelion, Gonzalez, Esteban Maroto, Bill Dubé, Pat Boyette, and others. Number 17, another beaut. Enrique Torres did that cover. Interior art, Jose Gonzalez, Esteban Maroto, Jose Bia. This is one of my favorite covers here. This and the next issue are just spectacular. This cover of number 18 is by Enrique Torres. And interior art, Jose Gonzalez, Esteban Maroto, Aurelion, among others. Number 19, spectacular cover by Jose Gonzalez, the central figure there. That's the classic image for Vampirella. Jose Gonzalez is the signature artist for Vampirella. He's the one that drew the life-size door poster, which I have the original and the Harris reprint. The Harris reprint's hanging up, and later on when I do another video on the Warren merchandise, including the posters, I'll take the camera around and show that poster. It's really spectacular. Anyway, the interior art on this issue, Jose Gonzalez, Wally Wood, Reed Crandall, Ken Barr, Ernie Colon, Neil Adams, and more. Number 20. This cover is by Luis Dominguez. Interior art, Jose Gonzalez, Esteban Maroto, Aurelion, Luis Dominguez, and others. Let's take a look at our framing pieces here before I continue. This action figure here on the left is a Vampirella action figure by More Action Collectibles. And also, it's got the Harris Comics logo up there. That's back when Harris owned the rights. And that is signed by Claiborne Moore, the guy that in charge of More Action Collectibles. On the other side, we have the reissue by Mobius of the Aurora Monster Scenes Vampirella kit. So we go to number 21 of Vampirella. This cover is by Enrique Torres. And interior art, Bill Dubé, Jose Gonzalez, Esteban Maroto, and Luis Garcia. And there's some cool vampire action on number 22 there. This cover is by Marty Rapole. Interior art, Bill Dubé, Jose Gonzalez, Esteban Maroto, Jose Bia, and Aurelion. '23, San Julian cover, gorgeous. Interior art, Jose Gonzalez, Esteban Maroto, Ramon Torrance, I should say, Jose Bia, and Rafael Aurelion. Now Rafael Aurelion usually is just credited as Aurelion. 24, cover by Enrique Torres. Interior art, Jose Gonzalez, Esteban Maroto, Ramon Torrance, Aurelion, Felix Moss. '25, another great cover by Enrique Torres. Interior art, Jose Gonzalez, Aurelion, Esteban Maroto, Ramon Torrance, Jose Bia. Full color comics. This is when Warren was bringing in the color stories. Number 26. 4 different artists did this cover. Jose Gonzalez, Esteban Maroto, Jose Bia, and Ramon Torrance. Oh yes, and the interior is by Aurelian Metal, Jose Gonzalez, Esteban Maroto, Jose Bia, Ramon Torrance. 27. That was a great time in Warren's history when they published those with the color inserts. The whole book wasn't colored. It just had like a color insert. But in a lot of these, they had also a game on the inside of the front cover. You know, the capture game or the creepy crawly castle game or whatever. When I show the creepies, I actually have my creepy crawly castle game from creepy number 55, and I'll show that when I do the later issues of creepy. Also have a video of the first several issues of creepy if you want to check that out. This number 27, Enrique Torres did this cover. Interior art, Esteban Maroto, Luis Garcia, Jose Bea, Bill DeBay, Jose Gonzalez, Felix Moss, Jeff Jones. Yeah, Creepy 55 was spectacular. It was a reprint issue because it was considered an annual, but it also had a free poster in the center that's two-sided. I still have that poster too, so I'll be showing it. Here's number 28. This cover is by Enrique Torres. Jose Gonzalez on the inside, Ramon Torrance, Fernando Fernandez, Rafael Aurelian, and Jose Bia. Number 29, cover by Enrique Torres, artwork by Bill DeBay, Jose Gonzalez, Ramon Torrance, Fernando Fernandez, Aurelian, and Muniz. Just spectacular cover after spectacular cover. Here is, now that's kind of weird. That's actually reflecting off of the action figure. I was thinking, man, my copy doesn't have stress marks on the spine. Oh, wait. Anyway, here's number 30. Enrique Torres did this cover. Interior art, Bill DeBay, Jose Gonzalez, Aurelian, Richard Corbin, Fernando Fernandez, and Muniz. Yeah, it's a constant struggle when you're shooting these videos to try to get the right lighting if you keep them in Mylar especially, which I do because I don't want to take a chance on them getting damaged when I'm trying to shoot a video. And glare is a real issue. So it's just something you have to work out. I did a lot of trial and error trying to get to a reasonable lighting situation. You know, it's not perfect, but you know, it'll do, I think. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's the first 30 issues of Vampirella. I have the run, so I'll be showing the others in future videos, as well as the Creepy, Zeries, Spirit, 1984, 1994, the Warren stuff I pretty much got. So I'll be doing a series of videos on all those. And you guys stay tuned to the channel if you like monster magazines, because there's a lot more coming. And I'll see you later.